Many people are making millions of dollars selling digital products online. And I would know because I did it. I've made over $100 million launching and selling digital products like ebooks, courses, training videos, memberships, subscriptions, databases, and more. Now, in this video, I'd like to share with you my insights from my 25 years of experience so I can help you make a lot of money selling your first digital product. But to make this work, you have got to know the right digital products to sell. And that's why I'm breaking it all down for you in this video. And as you watch the video, I'll reveal exactly what types of digital products sell like crazy. I'll show you how to create them fast and how to launch them profitably. Now, this is even if you've never sold anything at all online before. And when you stay to the end of this video, I will give you an AI set of prompts that will help you uncover the perfect digital product idea for you to launch this year. Are you ready? Well, let's get into it. Now, most of my presentations, there is a slide deck and a set of notes and implementation data that I would like to share with you totally free. So if you are interested in downloading the deck that you see on the screen right here, it's loaded with resources, links, and valuable information that can help you implement the training that I'm about to share with you. So if you'd like this, it's free. All you have to do is subscribe to our newsletter, which is also free. So subscribe to our weekly Ingeniosity newsletter. I'll drop the link to that in the comments and down below in the description. So you can tap that link, go subscribe, and you can get this deck, download it for yourself, and get all the detailed resources and links and everything that you need to make this work. Now let's get into it. So of course, we're going to be going through 6 of the product ideas that you can start right now as a complete beginner. And the first thing we're going to start out with is one that's a little bit unexpected. And we're going to count them down from number 6 down to number 1. Number 1 is my absolute favorite way to make money online. And we're going to count them down starting with number 6. And this first one is templates. Now, the surprising things about templates is these are sold in a couple of different ways. Some people can create their own website that sells templates, but there are also lots of marketplaces that you can go sell templates for all kinds of different things. These could be graphic design templates, calendar templates, notebook templates, scrapbooking templates, presentation templates, all kinds of templates for all sorts of things that people might need to design and print or design and use on their personal life or in their businesses. And here we have an example of Modest Micus, I'm not going to assume, Midkus. And he's making $30,000 a month from a store that just sells templates. And this is from his X post about it. And you can see here, this is templates for Notion. And this is the reason this works is because everyone is looking for a shortcut, the quick way to get to doing things or using things, or they may not want to have to create, let's call it an Excel spreadsheet. Let's say they're trying to do a budget on Excel. That's something where a template can come in. Well, let's say that you might be wanting to make a design to sell a t-shirt or create your own t-shirt. Well, a template can help with that. And it's because it's the shortcut and it's help giving some insight and making it fast is what makes it valuable. And Etsy is one of those marketplaces that I was talking about where you can sell all kinds of templates. So you can see here's a screenshot of examples of that. And then, by the way, if you're looking for inspiration for different kinds of templates, here are 14 different types of templates that are in the deck. So when you go to download this deck, that you will have links to see all of these different templates. Here's someone selling 20,000 a month. That's the one we're covering here. These are printables. She's doing 5,000 a month selling printables. Here's another 5,000 a month selling templates for Reels, Instagram Reels for video templates. Here's PowerPoint templates, $601,000 selling PowerPoint templates. Notion templates, there's 100 grand there, 160 grand here selling spreadsheet templates like I talked about. Here's somebody else selling templates on Notion templates, which Notion is a note-taking tool or app if you're not familiar with that. Pitch deck templates, e-paper templates. Oh, okay, so these are for tablets. Interesting. Here are ad templates. So this person is making a fortune selling templates for advertising. And now, if you don't know how to make these templates, the one thing you want to realize is you can pay outsourcers. And this is mind-blowing when you think about this, because I don't think people really understand the profit potential here. You might be realizing that, hey, I can go to Fiverr and pay someone like $5 or $50 or $100 to make one of these templates for me. So if you really grasp this, if you know what you want and you can describe it and provide something that people want, and you have lots of examples there in the deck that you can take a look at, even though it may only cost you $25 to get a template created, you can turn around and sell that to others over and over again, even though you didn't make the template. So if you're not a graphic designer, you're not a master of Excel or any of these things, but you can do the research to learn what people want, what do they need and want, then find an outsourcer on a marketplace like Fiverr or any of the places you can hire freelancers, get them to make the template for you, and then you get to sell it over and over again. And then you keep all the profit. So let's say, let's say you have to spend as much as $100, which you'll be able to get them done for way cheaper than that. But let's just say it costs you $100. And then you're able to take that $100 template and flip it and go over to a marketplace like Etsy, or if you build your own website and get help from my team to do that, and you sell them for $29, let's just say. You're up to your third sale and you've paid yourself back. Your fourth sale, you're now kicked off and you're into profitability. And then after that, every single time you sell one of those $29 templates, it doesn't cost you a dime after that. Now, I have a digital product company. That was the basis of it. We did lots and lots of money. And the whole idea was we spent a lot of money up front creating an awesome product, but then I could sell it over and over and over again. And it never cost me another dime on each new sale. And that's one of the beautiful things about templates. Okay, let's go back to our presentation and we will move on. We're counting down from number 6 to number 5. And number 5 is one that a lot of people talk about and I think are greatly underappreciated, and that is ebooks. And I know that there are a lot of ebooks out there that are low quality, a downloadable PDF and it's 12 pages long, right? So we don't want to do that. But what we do want to create is a downloadable ebook, whether it's something that you're going to list on the Amazon marketplace and sell on Kindle, or whether you're going to sell a downloadable PDF file, or whatever format that your ebook is going to come in, you need to make it something that has value. And that is easier than you might think. The important thing on making money with ebooks is in the value. And I'm going to get into, as we go on, I'll get into how you make these valuable, okay? And by the way, if you think you need to sit down and be like an awesome writer to create these ebooks yourself, you absolutely do not have to do that. And here's an example. This is Sean Wang, who made $25,000 launching his ebook. This is a great case study courtesy of eBiz Facts. It's linked to in the deck, so you can go check that out when you have a moment. And Sean made $25,000 selling his first ebook. And his book was about how to start a career in software development. That's all it was. It was advice and tips and how-to on how to break in as a software developer and get a job. And that ebook made him quite a lot of money. Now, there's a few reasons that ebooks are so awesome and why they are in demand. One of the things that happens is, too, by the way, when you sell these ebooks, is you build yourself up as an authority, okay? Now, even if all you did, and let's say in this case, you came up with the ideas and you created an outline of what you wanted in your ebook and you sent it off to have an outsourcer create it, or you used AI to do, which, by the way, I can help you with that. A bit later during the video, I'll talk more about that, but you can have my AI tools actually create your first ebook. Again, I'll explain more about that later. But whether you have an outsourcer do it, somebody else writes it for you, or you use AI to write it, as long as you outline that ebook in the proper way to provide value, you end up establishing yourself or your business as an authority to the audience that is buying that ebook, okay? Ebooks are also a great way to introduce a new customer to you and your brand and your products. And oftentimes what I will do is I will have an ebook that I might sell at a lower price, but that just introduces someone to my brand so I can sell them more and more expensive things over time, okay? And again, AI, it's really easy to make ebooks with AI if you know how to do it. You want to be careful though, because you don't want to put out AI garbage. That's very easy to make that mistake. There is a way to use AI that will help you to make something very valuable. And in our bonus training at the end of this video, stick around with me to the end, and I'm going to explain how you do that, okay? So don't make AI garbage. Here's another case study. This is someone who made $200,000 using ChatGPT to create an ebook. So he made his ebook out of ChatGPT. You can watch this video that goes into more detail about that. It's over on YouTube. Again, it's linked in the deck. Another way people make ebooks is by interviewing others. So if you're not an expert in the market you want to go into, that's okay. You just do simple, short interviews of other people who are the experts. You compile all that together and make your ebook from interviewing them. And here's a link a bit more about that. Here, this is courtesy of Trends. So this case study breaks down how somebody did that by interviewing others. Now, need inspiration? Here's more. You have 8 more different case studies of 8 different ways people made a lot of cash selling ebooks. Okay. So I think people discount this quite a lot. They think that ebooks are old, or ebooks don't work anymore, or people don't buy ebooks anymore. Totally false. They buy them like crazy. I would know. I'm selling them every single day. So definitely look at ebooks as a great digital product idea. Now, moving on, number 4, that is paid communities. And we have Alex Hormozy to thank for really making paid communities famous here recently with jumping on board and becoming part of School. And so if you've never heard of School, it's SKOL. School is all about a place where you can create a paid community where people can gather together and they pay for access to that community. It's a tool over there. Yeah, and if you haven't heard of Alex, then you need to crawl out from under your rock and go learn about Alex and what he's doing with School. You can search more about School on YouTube to find out more info. But that's just one example of many different platforms where you can charge money for people to have access. Now, as an example, I'm a member in a couple of different paid communities, then they're just doing it on over on Facebook. So they have a private community on Facebook, and I personally pay money. I pay $100 every month just to continue to have access to those communities. There's actually 2 of them that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm paying $100 a month for the privilege of being part of these private communities on Facebook. So don't underlook this. Whether you're using School, Facebook, even tools like High Level and others can help you set up communities. Heck, you can even run communities right in Messenger on a tool called Discord, if you use Discord, and other places. A few reasons why I like these. They're evergreen and it's recurring. So people will keep paying you. Instead of buying an ebook and paying you once, they'll pay you month after month to continue to have access to that community. Okay. So it makes for some nice evergreen cash flow, which means, too, you can afford to acquire customers at a loss. This is a strategy that I do a lot. It sounds intuitive because obviously you want to make profit, but often what I will do is if I have a community and let's say it costs $100 a month, I might spend up to $200 to acquire that customer because I know they're going to keep paying me month after month. And over time, even though I'm going to lose money, so if I spend $200 to acquire that $100 a month customer, over the next year, I'm going to make a ton of profit. And community members will often buy a lot more stuff from you. So if you have other products and services that you would like to offer, especially high ticket ones, a community is an awesome way to get them in the door. And don't be afraid to lose just a little bit of money to get them in the door as you make money over the long term. Now, that being said, community can be profitable right out of the gate. You don't have to lose money to acquire customers. I'm just pointing out that's a way to go big. If you want to go big and have a large community and make a lot of money, just be willing to acquire a customer at break even, or maybe even lose a little bit of money, knowing you're going to get it back month 2, 3, and onward. All right, here's an example of what someone has done with a community here. This is Daniel Vasalos. He's got a community called Small Bets. It earns him $38,000 a month, okay? And they talk about some of the tools, School, Circle, Discord, and others where you can deliver educational content. You can host courses, have events, and you can encourage discussion. That's a key part of a paid community, is making sure discussion keeps going and you're spurring commentary and things happening in the group, okay? Here's a link to another example. So this is courtesy of Growth in Reverse. And you can find out here, this is a community called Trends Pro. So people go there to get weekly reports inside the community on business building, okay? Now, according to Growth in Reverse, they've got 1,500 paying members in there. They're paying $299 a year to have access to that, which, by the way, that's an interesting strategy, having a yearly price. I like monthly with giving people an option to pay yearly. But look at, even at the annual price, that's $448,000 a year in revenue. Pretty awesome. And if you need resources, and here you go, here are 13 more resources. Each one of these is a separate case study of somebody making money with a paid community. Our producer, Nick, who compiled these, he went crazy on this particular presentation with lots of examples and lots of case studies. So here's 13 proven successes of people making money with a paid community. Moving on. Now, remember that as we continue on at the end, I'm going to talk about how do you use AI to virtually guarantee your digital product is going to be profitable. So stick with me to the end. And by the way, I would like to know, drop into the comments right now and let me know What kind of community or digital product or what niche are you thinking about building a digital product in? Do you have any ideas yet? Let me know some thoughts. Are you interested in selling templates, ebooks, and what niches are you interested in? Drop those in the comments that you see down below and let me know. Give me your feedback, and I'd love to hear what kind of businesses you're interested in starting yourself. Okay, back to it. Counting down to number 3. This one are paid newsletters. And this is another one that I love. So I've been having a lot of fun with newsletters. Currently, we have a free newsletter, which is Ingeniosity. That's the one that you can subscribe to get this deck. And one of the things that I am very intrigued by is having a paid version of Ingeniosity, a sort of an upgrade option, so to speak. And so I am very intrigued by paid newsletters, and I've seen some case studies of people making a fortune with this model. It's one that I have not personally yet done, but we are about to. This is where you can share your insights, your expertise, or even your hobbies. So even if you're an amateur at something, it's just something that you're interested in and passionate about, you could just use email. Think how simple that is. No members area, no community, no writing of ebooks. You just send emails with your thoughts and links and resources and information by email, and you get paid. That's what a paid newsletter is all about, okay? Some plus points as to why you should like paid newsletters. They're predictable. So again, they're going to pay you monthly or annually for access to be able to receive your newsletter. And it's super simple to get started. And so using a tool like Beehive, which that is my recommended tool, by the way, for having a paid newsletter. We use Beehive, and this is our affiliate link. So if you do click the link in our deck, we will make a small commission, but I would recommend them anyway. I'm using them personally, and I think they're a great way to start a paid newsletter. I think out of all the options out there, that is probably number 1 in terms of a paid monetized newsletter. So check out Beehive. That'll help you get them done. And it's an awesome asset, by the way. So once you have a paid newsletter, it helps you establish clout and authority in just about any niche market you put one in. And so it's a great way to establish yourself, whether you're trying to network and meet important opinion leaders and experts in your niche. This is a great way to do that. And email, naturally, is the number 1 way to make more money. They must give you their email address to subscribe and get the newsletter, and they're paying for it. So they're going to be keeping it in their inbox. They're going to be engaging with it. They're always going to be looking out for it. And now you have their email, and you have a huge opportunity to make even more money selling them more things into the future. And then I have a link here that I'll share with you that talks about why email is such a profitable channel. And then right here is a link to one of my videos that also talks about how to use email newsletters as assets to be able to sell them and make a big bunch of money. So imagine you build up an email newsletter and imagine flipping it for tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Lots of people have done it. You can watch that video and learn more about that. It's a very valuable asset, okay? A couple more examples. This is Emily Atkin. So she has an email newsletter called Heated, and that has made $330,000 for her here. And wow, even more examples. Producer Nick, you went all out this week. 16 more case studies, 16 more examples. And you know what? Heck, this document, by the way, Nick, is so valuable, we could probably charge for it. You have so many case studies loaded in here. Yeah, so everyone who goes and downloads the deck, it's all courtesy of producer Nick's hard work, finding all of these case studies and examples. So you can see lots of ways people are using these strategies to make money. So here's one here. This is Akash Gupta. Made $624,000 from his newsletter and a lot more. So again, get the deck. You can go through all those case studies and examples, and you can use these as inspiration to get even more ideas on how to launch your paid digital business. Moving on, and by the way, we're about to get to the bonus training coming up. We're going to show you the prompts that you can use with AI to brainstorm out your perfect digital business so you can make sure that it's valuable, it's something people want, and you can make a lot of money with it. So stay tuned for that. We are now on to product number 2, and these are paywalled directories and databases. What the heck is that? You might be asking. This is one, again, I have personally done. I have a business that has done this for a very long time and has made millions and millions of dollars. And this is purely selling access to data or information. And you might be a bit surprised by that, but I'll give you my example. So my live example It's a business I started many years ago, and it's a big database of all the different ways that you can get some money from the government. And that is, there's some special programs that you can get money from your local, state, federal government, different agencies, a lot of different ways to do it. And we compiled a huge database of all of the different ways that you can get money from the government. And we simply charge, it's very cheap, a very low access fee, just $11 a month. And we made millions of dollars, thousands and thousands of customers joining every month. And it is incredibly profitable. I really can endorse this one because it's something I've been doing for quite a long time. And now realize something. I am not an expert in getting money from the government, but yet I made over $15 million selling data about how to get money from the government. How did I do that? I went out and found all these different free places where this data was available, but nobody had a really comprehensive single database. So I went out and collected up many different free databases that were spread out from a lot of different sources and compiled them together in a way to make them very useful. And then I hired an outsourced ghostwriter to write a manual on how to go through the database, how to use it, and then how to get money from the government. And that is what we sold. And again, to the tune of over $15 million in revenue over the years from just selling that one source of data that technically it's free data that anyone can find on their own. But I organized it, put it together in a way that made it more useful and easier to use. And that's where the value comes from and why people are willing to pay for that. So there are many examples of this depending upon what niche you might be in. And let's go back to the deck and take a look at some examples. So these can be things as easy as compiling a list of influencers, right? So maybe it's a list of all the influencers on Instagram who are in a particular niche market. You can sell that data. Heck, I would buy that data. Hint, hint, if anybody wants to compile one, whether they're business directories or other resources, okay? Now, I love this business model also because it's one of these things where you invest a bit of time and money and energy up front, establishing your database or your directory, and then you get to sell it over and over again. And so that's how I'm able to do it, where I sell it very cheaply, $11 a month for access, yet I can still make millions of dollars, okay? And I am not the only one making big money with this. Here are 13 examples. This database is making $100,000 its first year. Here's one here. $25 million. This is a database, he's made $16,000 a month. This one is $25,575 a month. So anywhere from somebody making a little bit to people making millions. So if you want inspiration, you would like to see all the different ways people are doing a directory business, what niches they're in, it's all in the deck. You'll be able to download that by becoming an Ingeniosity subscriber. Okay, so now we are down to my number one absolute favorite business model when it comes to digital products. And that is an online course. And I want to explain a little more in detail about that. So when I say an online course, I'm talking about something where someone has to pay you to then get access, where they have to log in and access a course that is delivered to them in multiple lessons or multiple modules of training through your own website. That's my preferred way of doing it. There are other ways to release courses too, for example, whether you're trying to put it together on School or other types of tools. But my favorite way to do it is on your own website where you charge access. They pay, the system will help them get a username and password. They then log in and access your training. And don't worry if that sounds complicated, if you're not technical and sounds a little overwhelming, I have a solution for you. I'm going to talk more about that in a moment. A push button solution that will actually build all of this stuff for you. So again, we'll talk about that in just a moment. So this is my number one favorite digital product of all time. Now, I myself have made tens of millions of dollars selling courses. Out of my $100 million in results, tens of millions of that have come from selling courses. And here's from Matt McGarry. And what he says here, I think this looks like it is over on Facebook. I launched a course and made $105,647 in 4 days. It took me years to learn how to do this. And anyway, in this thread, he teaches more about that. And so if you'd like to see, it's on Twitter, not Facebook. But here's the X link over to check that out. So if you'd like to see Matt's case study of how he did it, he'll break that down into his strategy. It's included in the deck. Okay. And here are a bunch. Wow, you really outdid yourself, producer Nick. Here are 29 case studies he has compiled. Again, we should be charging for this deck, for this document. In fact, maybe we will. So make sure you grab the deck while it's still available, because as I'm going through this and seeing the amount of effort put into creating this deck. I might charge for it coming up. So it's free though for you watching the video right now. But here are 29 different case studies of different niches, different strategies, different ways people are making anywhere from a little bit of money getting started, like $1,000 a month right here. This is pre-tam math, teaching a certain type of search engine rankings, all the way to people making millions of dollars. Here's one there from Growing Viral. That's from Nicholas Cole and Dickie Bush. All over the place, millions of dollars to just getting started. You can read all these case studies in the document. And I want to stress something here really quick before I tell you about a push button way where you can build your own course business. You can literally answer just 2 questions and push a button, and the system will build you an entire course business. But let me explain to you what makes them valuable. Because you might be wondering, if you can just answer 2 questions and hit a button and have a whole business built, how is that valuable? And it comes down to being able to tap into the problems that people are having related to your niche market. It's the problems that they're having, the painful, emotional, attached problems of not being able to do something or succeed in something or something negative that they are experiencing that you might be able to help move them closer to a solution. It's all you got to do. You don't have to solve the whole problem. You just have to move them closer, give them a little bit of insights and information that might help them solve those problems, or helping them achieve a positive, uplifting goal that they might be trying to do. Now, as an example, in some of the courses that I sell, I love to help people go from starting from nothing to being able to get their first business started. There are lots of painful problems that people have getting their first business started, right? Like the technical stuff. You don't know how to set up all this technical stuff to get started. Or you feel like you need to be a sales whiz or a marketing genius in order to sell something online, right? These are 2 important problems. Maybe you can relate with those. Either of those a problem that you can relate with. So what I do is I release training that helps people solve those problems so that they can launch their own business without having to be a technical person, without having to be a marketing genius. And it's by solving those problems is where the value comes from, why people are willing to pay for it. Now, the same thing with achieving a positive goal. So an example of a positive goal might be they want to make their first dollar online. That's a goal, very worthwhile one. Or maybe it's somebody who's a little more established and they want to make their first 100,000 or their first million online. Those are aspirational, positive goals that I can help people with in my trainings. So these are examples, and this applies to any niche. And it is by helping people with these things is why you get paid for a course or any of these digital products. And that's why our push button AI technology is so valuable, because it helps you with this. It helps do the research for you. So you log into the system and you answer a couple of questions, and it goes in and it does the deep research to uncover those emotionally charged negative problems that people are experiencing in your niche market. It also will do the research to uncover what are the positive goals that they're looking for, right? And what are the benefits? How do they want to feel after doing your course? How do they want to feel after solving those problems or achieving those goals? It does all the research, pulls all of that data together, and not only does it use it for sales and marketing, but it uses it to build your own course business. It literally creates you a course that helps solve those problems and helps achieve those goals, which is incredibly valuable. So that is all in our push button AI system. And by the way, if you would like to get a demo, if you'd love to go check that out and get a demo and see it for yourself, I will drop a link into the comments down below or into the description, and you can check that out. Click that link, go register, sign up, experience it for yourself, because I know I'm making bold claims and saying that something that we can do this magic with AI, and it really is magic. So I realize that it sometimes can seem a little bit like hype, a little bit like too good to be true. That's why I want you to see it for yourself. So don't just take my word for it. Go book your demo, go watch, see it with your own eyes, and experience just how powerful this crazy technology is. So again, I'll drop a link in the comments below and in the description, and you can go register and check that out for yourself. But let's get into content here I need to share with you as we continue. So when you download this deck, again, it's totally free. You just need to be an Ingeniosity subscriber. You'll see 29 more examples of how people are making money with courses. So now we have a bonus for those of you who are still here. We are now going to get into our bonus training for those who watched through to the end. And that is our digital product ideation prompt, meaning how do you come up with the great ideas for what your digital product should be. So this will help you with that. If you're not sure where to start, this is a simple prompt that is designed to work with ChatGPT. But if you use Anthropic's Claude or Google Gemini, any of the AI chat systems, this prompt will work in. But it was written specifically for ChatGPT, but it should work in all of them. And you just take these prompts and you literally copy and paste them into ChatGPT, okay? And let's do an example. We'll do a quick example of this. So I'm going to pop open ChatGPT, and I'm going to then just paste that prompt right here. So the first prompt, you just do it just like it is. You don't need to modify or change anything. Just submit it. And then she's saying she's ready to help us, okay? So she's now asking us for the next prompt. So we're going to copy this. We're going to paste this into ChatGPT. Here we go. So now here we're going to pop in and we're going to tell it what the niche is that we want to go into. And so in this example, I'm going to use one. I love to use dog training. So I'll just use that because it's one I think everyone can relate to and easily understand. So I'm going to say my prompt will be in the dog training niche. Okay. And then we hit submit. And it's now giving us more guidance. It's coming in now and it's giving 5 more questions that we might want to ask to get more insights about the market, okay? So now we copy the next prompt. We fill it in here. And for this one, it's going to take a moment. So you're going to want to take a moment to look at these questions that they ask here and answer them. Okay, so you then come in and use your own logic for what the answers to these questions are. Okay, I'm not going to fill this one in just for the speed of this video, but normally you would fill that in and hit submit. And then we've got our final prompt here. Okay, which again, we just copy and paste this in. There's a couple things you're going to want to fill in. So you'll fill in this part here, which ChatGPT is going to tell us a list of problems, goals, and desires. It will come back and give us a bunch of those. So we tell it which ones we like. We submit, same thing. We just copy this, paste it over into ChatGPT with it filled in with the answers. So we'll do that and then paste, and you fill in the answers to those questions here, hit submit, and it's then going to come back and give you a really comprehensive outline of what you should be launching in your niche. And so it's going to dive in and give you what the course should be about and a lot of background information that you could use in your marketing and in creating your niche. And for any kind of digital product, by the way. So this is written for courses, but you can slightly modify it and use it for any of the different business models that we've gone over today. And it's an incredible, valuable way if you're unsure what you should be launching as a digital product. And that's assuming you know your niche market. So if you don't even know what niche market you want to go into, that's yet another problem that our push button AI solution helps you solve. So we have an AI niche coach that'll help you answer some questions, and it will guide you into picking the right niche market for you, because every person is different. What could be a great niche market for me to make a course in, or a directory in, or one of these other product types might not be the right product or the right niche for you. So our niche coach interviews you and takes you through a process of uncovering the perfect niche market for you. And so check that out. Again, link down below. It'll be in the comments and also in the description where you can go book your demo, go experience it for yourself, go register and check that out and find out if push button AI is a good solution for helping you launch your next online revenue machine. And so with that, I want to ask you, how did this video do? Did we give you a little bit of insight or information that helped get you closer to your goals of starting either a new business or a new revenue stream? Give me some feedback down below. And also let me know if you have any questions about anything we've talked about today. Drop those questions down below. I'll be hanging out in the comments and in the chat to answer all of your questions, and I'll do my best. I tend to hang around when these videos are fresh and brand new and jump into the chat and help answer your questions. So let me know if this video was useful to you, if you got any new insights, or if you have any questions at all, drop them in the comments. And with that, make sure you've subscribed to our YouTube channel or followed us on social media. You'll see, again, more links around this video to do all of those things. So do all of the things, and I hope to see you on the channel here on YouTube again in the near future. And for now, I'll see you later. You may or may not know, I have an AI tool that's a company called Push Button AI. that helps people build course businesses. It builds the whole business, bottom to top. It helps you do the research to pick the niche market, helps you figure out what topics you should write about, what your course should be about, what the lessons should be about. It outlines the lessons. It writes the whole thing. It creates your sales page. It creates your page to get leads to subscribe to your business. It even writes your email sequence. It does audiobooks, video trainings, and a whole lot more. You just answer 2 questions and you hit a button, and it does it all. If you're interested in that, certainly you can book a demo to see it for yourself. You'll see with your own eyes. We're often running webinars and other trainings as well, so I'll drop links to either our webinar or our demos down below so you can check it out and see if it's something for you. But I found that most people get really overwhelmed and frustrated with the technical stuff. So that's why we created Push Button AI. If you're looking for a tool, we'll just do it for you, and it'll just handle the technical stuff. So when it comes to like setting up your web hosting, registering a domain name, setting up your email marketing, we even include a complete, fully functional email marketing platform that you can log into and email all of your customers and subscribers. It's all included. And all of the tech setup is done by the AI. If you want that, then definitely schedule your demo. You can get a demo from us by going to pushbutton.ai/demo. Now, at the time of recording this video, Pushbutton AI is not publicly for sale, but if you book a demo, they'll show you the technology, and if it makes sense, if it's something that can really help you, they'll invite you into our early access program. But what they'll do first is show you the technology. They'll talk about what kind of a course you might want to make. They'll talk about your business plans. They'll help guide you on what the right choices are for creating your first course business. And then if it makes sense, if it's the right tool for you, they'll invite you into the early access program. But check out the demo. It's mind-blowing. Again, that's at pushbutton.ai/demo. That's pushbutton.ai/demo.